We're going to take a look at one of the databases called academiconefile. So over at Library Research, go ahead and click on that. Scroll down to Article and Research Databases, and you're going to choose academiconefile. academiconefile is put out by a publisher named Gale, and that's right up here. That may not mean too much to you, but we buy many different databases put out by this publisher. The academiconefile is kind of a general database. It's the biggest one that they offer. If you want to see what other databases are available, if you come up here to the very top, you're going to see something here called My Library Links. If you go ahead and click on that. And then on the other side at the top, there's a little, it's hard to see, it says Gale Databases. Go ahead and click on that. Now the Gale databases are listed here, and these are the ones we have purchased. Now I'm a little bit off screen so you can't see them all. But what you can do at this point is what's known as a power search. You can go ahead and click on any or all that you may want. And if you're doing a topic that's covering several different genres, you may find that you're going to want to pick several different databases at one time. The power search is very helpful. It allows you to take care of looking at several different databases at one time. I'm clicking on the back key to come back to here. Now these are going to be articles that have appeared not only in magazines but academic journals, or what they call scholarly journals up here. It also is going to pick up some newspapers, videos, which might be from a TV show. They have audio, which will be usually NPR. So they're retrieving their information for you on any given topic from many different areas. So here's the cue box right here. We have something underneath here that says the subject guide search. We'll look at that in a bit. Publication search is if you actually want to look for something in a particular journal. Then they have these things by browsing by discipline. I'm really sorry, I never use these things. They drive me nuts, but you may find them useful. So let's come up here and let's type in a topic. Let's type in global warming and see what we retrieve. Now what we're doing right now is a basic search, which means it's keywords. It's our natural language. It doesn't mean that global warming is actually going to be the subject of any of the retrievals that we have. It just means those words have appeared. Let's click on that. So right up here we have retrieved 25,000 journals. Plus, these are the academic journals. These are the ones that are written by people in a particular profession or field, and their intended audience are other people in that field. So doctors write for doctors, biologists write for biologists. So they're not written for the layperson such as we are. Over here under content type, these are magazines and these are written for you and me. No expertise needed to understand the material. There are some books, so there are going to be some information that will be maybe a chapter. This one happens to be from the Gale Encyclopedia of Science. Newspapers, images, if you want to look at images, videos, and audio. Now, the other thing you can do is you can limit your search by a particular time period if you want. So I'm going to go back to academic journals. And I'm looking for the full text. Oh, right here. Duh. So right here it says limit your search by full text, and it's been clicked. If I unclick that, notice what happens to my 25,000 journals. It's now at 37,000. So I'm going to go back and click. I'm going to get rid of anything that is not there in its entirety. Now, I have it defaulted to full text in the library. If you're at home, that is not going to be the situation. So you're going to have to remember to come over here and click it. Otherwise, you might find yourself somewhat frustrated when you're doing your search and you're coming up with things that are just a citation or an abstract, and the whole article isn't there for you. The other thing is this sorts by relevance. You can sort it by newest or oldest. I recommend relevance as your search because like Google, it's trying to figure out that they have actually pulled exactly what you're wanting. There's also this other item here that says search within results. When you get something that big, you may want to limit it with another term. So let's say I want to do global warming and I'm going to do oceans. And now it's going to look for articles where the word oceans has appeared. And look what that did to our search. It made it much fewer. I can still put in another term. Maybe I'm going to put in California. And so now I'm looking for global warming, oceans, and California. Now I'm down to 982. Well, let's just take a look at what we've retrieved. This first one is where to forage in the absence of sea ice. There's a word I can't pronounce. A key factor to an Arctic seabird. Now this is a title. It turns out this is a report. Here are the authors of this report. PLOS 1 is the name of the academic journal. It appeared July 20th, 2016. Volume is 11, issue 7. The word count is 9,000 words, so the academic journals are always going to be really lengthy, and this is where you find the research. If you want, you can look at it as a PDF, so this shows you it's scanned from the journal, or you can click on the title and look at it in an HTML format. With the HTML format, you can listen to it. It will read it to you. You can do Control F if you're looking for a particular word and you want to get right to it, particularly when it's a lengthy item. There's a toolbox over here. You can translate this article if you want. You can, here's what's really important to you, is the citation tool. And so here's MLA, here's APA. And this is the beautiful piece of it. It will do your citation for you. So there's a lovely cut and paste. Now when I'm going to click back on search results. Now when I get done with the academic journals, remember I've got to come over here and now look at the magazines because these are separate from these. And then I'm going to have to look at the books. These are separate. And then the news and the videos. But when I get something that is this big a search, I am going to want to do a subject search. So I'm backing out and going back to the screen. Eventually. Hello. I could just click on new search, but you know, I'm kind of being lazy here. Here we go. What you want to do when you retrieve that many items is you're going to click on this box right here, Subject Guide Search, because you actually want it to be a subject. Now, sometimes some things are not subjects when you think they are, but they'll tell you what to use instead. So I'm going to type in global warming. And what this means is I want global warming to be the subject, the topic, not the key words, not just because the word showed up. So global warming is a heading. Look at the retrieval, 14,000, and that's with everything. Already, it's half of what we just looked at. Now, subdivisions is going to take global warming and break it up this way. So let's say I wanted to look at causes. There's 290 articles on causes, and a click here will take me to those articles. I'm going to go back to the previous page. Oops, hit search again. And then related subjects. They're going to come up with other terms that might be either broader, they're more general, they're related, or sometimes you might even see some that are narrower. So maybe I want to actually look at Oh dear, let's see. How about the greenhouse effect? It's a related term. So that's what the beauty is of that. If not, then go ahead and click on search and click on your global warming. And now look at the academic journals we have. We went from 25,000 to 8,000. And that means we're looking at ones where this is really the topic. I need to limit it to full text. And now I'm down to 1,800. Isn't that slick? I can put in some more terms here. Ooh, impacts of dams and global warming on fish biodiversity. Huh. I can alter the time that I have retrieved the information. You can even do something and retrieve it by a report or an article. You can also do a publication title. These are names of three journals that are related to the or talk about this topic. Pretty nice, huh? It also has an advanced search where you can put in multiple terms. So you can put global warming, California, you keep adding rows, and just keep making it more and more specific. So that is Academic 1.